Let's get it.
Got one that can see.
Well, we are back here once again on the Visual Disturbance channel. Thank you all for being with me this afternoon. Going down the rabbit hole today, going down to a different topic. I've never really covered many video games or anything like that in the video game industry, so let's just get into it and let's see what's going on. So tonight, today, or the morning, wherever you are on this good old earth, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2's missing. Can you believe it? Nintendo Switch 2's, it's a high, let's just say high priority item right now. Everybody's fighting for it. People wants to go and find the Nintendo Switch. They're very sought after now in the America area, right? So, yep. So one of the biggest selling consoles, supposedly according to Nintendo, 3.5 million consoles sold on launch day. So yeah, let's get into it. Before we do though, check out SpiracyCon.com. SpiracyCon.com. Tickets are on sale August 22nd, 23rd, Cape City, Kentucky. Check it out. It's going to be a good event, good conference, and you'll be glad you did. So the tickets are still on sale. Check it out. The links are in the description. Also on Facebook, we have a SpiracyCon Facebook page. Check it out. Like it. Follow us on there. Let us know how we're doing. And follow us for updates. So with that being said, there's Mario on the screen there. There's your nostalgic, everybody that's 40 plus or under 40, or even if you're 80-year-old out there, a lot of video game, enthusiast, Atari and all that when it came back out in the 70s and ongoing. Video game industries, let's just say $1 billion industry, probably getting in close to the trillions if I'm not mistaken, probably, more than likely. But yeah. Mario is one of those nostalgic, iconic characters. Something when you see it, you automatically resonate with the M, right? Isn't that interesting? It's a whole nother rabbit hole. But yeah, let's talk about this real quick. So there's Nintendo Switches are missing. And before we get into the details of this, let's see what this news anchor had to say about this particular incident that happened in Colorado. Let's get a little bit more detail. Be right back.
Investigators in Waco County say someone broke into a semi-truck and made off with more than $1 million worth of gaming consoles. Deputies say that truck driver discovered the theft during the inspection at a Love's truck stop June 8th in the town of Bennett. Inside his trailer were more than 2,800 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles with a total value of $1.4 million. The driver was hauling that shipment to a GameStop in Texas at the time. Investigators aren't sure where that theft happened, whether it was in Bennett or at one of the truck's earlier stops. Anyone with information is asked to call the Waco County Sheriff's Office. We are talking to an expert about the theft. We're going to have much more on that on 9 News at 9.
So there you have it, folks. The news anchor there was talking about this big heist. Let's get into it. Let's see, how do you lose nearly 3,000 Nintendo Switches that went down in consoles stolen from a delivery truck in Colorado Love's gas station? Well, I have a lot to talk about this. There's been a lot of chatter going on in the Love's gas stations, truck stops, what have you. A lot of nefarious things going on. So I could probably see how this could happen. But then I have to rewind and think about let's just say my old occupation where I used to truck drive. So to pull off this endeavor would be so large for at least nearly 3,000 units, and you have the pallets to be able to pull the pallets off, or you'd have to have a fleet of men, women, what have you, to pull off this without alerting the driver. What's going on, everybody? How does this even happen? Let's talk a little bit more about the details of this specific thing that's went down here. So let's just check this. Let's get into it. So the Switch 2 heist is it was a major theft in Colorado, okay? So we got the incident happened around June the 8th, 2025, just 3 days after the console's official release. Isn't that kind of ironic? On June the 5th, that was the release date. The stolen consoles valued at around $1.4 million and were being transported from Nintendo of America in Redmond, Washington, to a GameStop store in Grapevine, Texas. And then, as you heard the report there, the sheriff's office was called. Investigation is still going on. There's no suspects that have been caught, and none of the consoles have been recovered. The authorities are asking the public for any tips to help crack this case. So, when you think about it, here's the key things you have to take in consideration. We have, let's just say, people that are scrappers that are taking advantage of people and selling these systems for $1,000 plus on eBay, what have you. So they stole 3,000, 28, give or take, almost 3,000 consoles, valued around $1.4 million, and then an ongoing investigation. And so what this means is when you think about the ripple effect, so guess what? We're going to have shortages. They already had shortages. When the launch date, it was hard for Nintendo to push out as much as they did. Even on the pre-ordering date back in April, some of the websites was crashing. It was insanity, right? It was insanity. And a lot of people got their pre-orders canceled because of the demand. Wow. So price hikes, there was higher prices on this. Now you're going to have higher prices. Like I said, you got your scrappers. They're scrapping all that good stuff, your thieves, what have you. And I pray these guys get apprehended. So when you have these companies like Company Nintendo here, they're going to have to beef up their security, right? What's going to happen here? So I know that this can be, I don't know, it's hard to do. It's hard to say. And if these thieves are caught, they are looking at serious trouble. Like especially in Colorado, they have, let's just say, if you stealing goods worth over $1 million in Colorado is a felon, which could mean hefty prison time, and then an investigation is still active. And we'll keep up. I'm gonna keep update for this. The consoles hopefully will turn up, and the culprits will be apprehended. But yeah, it's a wild story right going on with the buzzing of the Nintendo Switch. So I'll take my 2 cents, like I say on Visual Disturbance channel. When you think about this and think about the logistics around it, I've seen some pretty insane things happen when I'm even in a store or a place dropping off shipment when I used to drive. So I could see something happening, like maybe 1 or 2 being taken off the truck, but not 28, 3,000 units worth 1.4. They'd have to have a forklift. They'd have to have some type of means to pull off this heist. Unbelievable. You can't even make this stuff up. There's no way. So it reminds me of a story I remember years ago. There was a shipping container, I think, that Nintendo had lost out at sea. And this was like in the 90s when this happened. The shipping container was lost, had Virtual Boy, Super Nintendos, it had all kinds of stuff on it. And what happened was the systems was still sealed, and all these years went by, and this was like a while back, several years ago, but it's in the 2000s. It's been a while, okay? 2016, I don't know, I can't remember the dates. But somebody bought the shipping container, and voila, there was like over $200-something thousand worth on the market at the time. There was pallets and pallets worth of Super Nintendos, Virtual Boys, and what have you. So, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. So, but yeah, I never tackle on anything as far as Nintendos or Xboxes or anything like that. Sometimes I do, but it's been nothing. It's been very vague. So what's your all's thoughts on this? Because this is one that really got me today. So comment below if you're in the Colorado area and you know more about this, because this one, to me, seems very fishy. It seems very bizarre because if the semi driver was in the back of it or in the front, in the back of the bunk, sleeping, what have you, there would have been a lot of movement. That trailer would have been moving back and forth, and the semi would have been, moving back and forth, and it would have woke and the driver. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I can't say anything. I wasn't there, but there's some fishiness going on and some nefarious things going on with these heists of $1.4 million in Nintendo Switches. So with that being said, it's a short one today. Just want to report on this. Check out spiritscon.com if you get an opportunity. Check out everything in the links in the description. Thank y'all for being part of the Visual Disturbance channel. I wanted to say real quick too, I had a few hardware issues and some, let's just say a few other issues outside of this, and I've been trying to work that stuff out. So bear with me and just hit that like button, subscribe, and wait till next time to hit that notification bell, because there's going to be some more videos coming in soon and more live streams. So until next time, Visual Disturbance, I am out of here.
I've got one that can see.